Previously on Automotive Tales.
So in the process of sorting my workshop, I've gone and got a new toolbox, which I bought after work because we drive right past Costco. So we've got this massive 16 drawer tool chest from Costco, which is great. Except there was 3 of us when we arrived at Costco in the car. So I've got to leave my brother-in-law in Derby and get that out of the car and then come back for him. Whoops. So I managed to get all the shopping out, but just so you can kind of see, it only just fits. It also weighs about 100 kilos. That was hard work getting that there. This is proving relatively challenging. I've had to use my zoom lens so that I get a bit more light, because it's quite dark out here, but you can see I've got it halfway out. This is not a small cabinet. And also a bit of a cat in the car. Moon, get out. So in the cold light of day, we can actually now see what this almighty box that I'd squeezed in the car was. So Kirkland's signature, you might recognise that if you're a Costco member. This is Costco's finest, but actually it's really rather an awesome looking toolbox. So yes, that should hopefully combine all the other multitude of toolboxes I have lying around. Which, now we're without car in the garage for a change, you can see I have a toolbox here. I have a workbench full of tools. That's not actually my toolkit, I bring it to my brother-in-law. And the toolbox down there, another toolbox down there. That will probably stay as it is. That isn't my toolbox, but that is also my toolbox. So trying to sort, oh, and there's 2 little toolboxes down there as well, and another little one just there. So yes, trying to sort all of that out will be satisfying, but pretty hard work, I suspect. And as you can see, the fleet is all just sitting here waiting for summer, although we have had quite a few nice days. Don't think we're quite ready yet, but I cannot wait to get the cabriolet out, which is tucked all the way over there, and then start working on the beast. Right. Time to unbox the toolbox. Oh, good job, I've got some height in here. Right. So as you can see, this is only the base unit. The other unit there is going to require me to cut some scraps, but I don't want to put that on top until I've got the space cleared in the workshop, because, well, there's a step behind me to get into the workshop, and this is heavy at the best of times before I put the tools in it. Look. Voila. Except I've got more junk on the floor down here. I can't move it yet. One toolbox. Look at that beauty. Oh yeah. That is very satisfying. While we're here with the nice new toolbox, I should probably explain what these are that we're sitting on top of the other box over here. So, this is a new alternator belt and a tensioner pulley, because I don't trust the one that comes off. This is for the van, because yes, the van is broken again. Rightio. The toolbox is built and it's absolutely massive compared to my old toolbox. Look how pathetic that looks. So now my job is to sift through all these different toolboxes on the bench, here, here and here, and try and organise them into the new toolbox. This is going to be very, very satisfying. So I've sort of already started up here, so I'll show you what I'm doing so far. I'm always hoarding tools, so I've been hoarding this complete set of Clark spanners. So we've got Imperial and Metric, no, the other way around, Imperial, Metric, which are not going to stay in this little plastic liner, but they do fit in here quite nicely. I think this top bit is going to be spanners. I've ordered some little dividers that are going to stand these spanners up, so I'll be able to see in size order all of the Metric and then probably all the Imperial over that side. So these are regular ring spanners with an open C end. And then I'm going to go through all of my ratchet spanners, flex heads, there's all sorts of stuff. Unfortunately, this is an absolute cluster of tools, but there's some really useful stuff in here. So yeah, I'll try and keep as many while also trying to make up complete sets of useful tools. And then where there's fiendish amounts of duplicates, then probably get rid of a few. And the same with this. Look at the state of this. This is horrendous. So yes, slowly working through special tools, so stuff like this, which is, I think that's for the hub nut on the Volvo, starting to then get all of the impact socket tools, impact driver tools and sockets in one place. All the spanners up there, and start on these drawers here for all the sockets and all the ratchets. Then it's going to be on to, these are Allen keys, screwdrivers, special tools, lots of sort of smaller bits and pieces in there. That toolbox down there, that one's got all the brake bleeding kit, and actually the brake shoe reel, brake pad sort of rewind or brake caliper rewind tool. And then the little blue one down there has got punches and things in. So slowly but surely filter all of that into here. And then some of the more useful but chunky tools can go into here. So things like the impact driver can put its charger away in here. So yeah, exciting times. Okay, progress is being made. Apparently, I have a lot of spanners, but I realised my impact sockets, some of the big ones, don't fit in this drawer. So I think actually I'm realising when I'm going to start putting all of my sockets on rails in here, they're also not going to fit in this drawer. So I think you're probably supposed to put sockets on top. And there's probably somebody screaming at the thing now saying, yes, of course you're supposed to put the sockets up there and put the spanners in these drawers here. So I am probably going to rearrange it. I've currently got, well, all sorts of stuff in here. So yeah, if you've got any ideas of how best to organise this, do bleep bloop in the comments below. I'd love to know what people use them for. What do you use the deeper drawers for in this sort of smaller top unit? Because and there's loads to go at down here as well. So yeah, I'd love to know. But I'm thoroughly enjoying cleaning all of my tools. Not a euphemism.
A few moments later.
Okay, so some progress. Clearly, I have to get all my socket rails in up here, but I've got all my sort of specialist sockets in. I've started to sort out all the extensions and bits and pieces. Got my torque wrench and my breaker bar in here. My regular spanners, my fancy spanners, my I don't know what to do with it yet drawer. Lots more of like Allen keys and torque keys or torque wrenches. Regular screwdrivers, flat and crosshead. And then I've got, this feels like a bit of a deep drawer for this, but I've got all my sort of wrenches in there. And pliers and side cutters and all that sort of thing. So we're making some progress, but now it's time for dinner. So close all this up, and then I can lock the top, and away we go. That takes a bit of closing. And voila. Right, I am back at the toolbox yet again. As you can see, things are slowly starting to come together. I'm clearly missing quite a lot of sockets, certainly in my 1/2 inch range. However, I have got a full toolkit, the Halfords toolkit here, which I want to keep complete because that'll end up in the drawer, something I can take out of the workshop and take with me. But, you know, I have got pretty much everything else in order, all my sort of special sockets, all the little adapters. I've moved things around yet again so that I can get torque wrenches and ratchets and various other things in there. And then underneath is where the sockets are, sorry, the spanners are starting to go in. So a slightly empty drawer for now because there's quite a lot in the next drawer I need to try and get sorted. Yes, I know it's a mess, but I need some more of these dividers to hold. These are my offset spanners I've bought. I had like 2 or 3, but wanted a complete set, as I'm probably going to end up doing up here at some point. And a new set of stubby spanners down here because both sets I had were missing a 13, which is intensely annoying. And it was actually cheaper to buy a full roll of these tiny little stubby spanners than it was to just buy a single 13 to match what I had, which is ridiculous, but there we are. And then my selection of ratchet spanners and my old Halfords ones, because obviously I've got a nice new set up here that has got everything you might ever need. So that's 2 drawers worth of spanners. And then we're over onto, let's get the top one actually. New. So this is probably going to change around, but I've got like all my Allen keys and bits because it sort of ties into what's up here. And then the pliers are going to probably move from here because we've got screwdrivers in here. Again, this is a bit of a mess, but there's a bit of everything in there, which is good. And then I've got pliers down here. I've just ordered some little dividers to stand all of these up so I can make better use of this space and probably bring down the circlip pliers that are up there at some point. And then the next part of the unit is the base. So sort of cutting stuff over there, chisels and hammers and sort of pry bars. At the moment I've got some clamps here, all a bit sparse at the moment because that is a huge drawer, so I wasn't quite sure what to put in. And then down this side we've got sort of little special tools, so picks and little like scissory things and magnets and punches and things. And then measuring stuff, so when I eventually get my hands on wherever I've put my calipers and things, that'll end up in here for measuring on the verniers. And then sort of special tools for removing things, so things for taking out oil filters, breaking nuts, another kind of oil filtery type wrench, and then all these different pullers and ball joint splitters. And then this is going to just be useful tools in boxes. There's nothing really in there at the moment. This is going to be electrical consumables, so bulbs and bits and bobs. This is my brake box. So it's got these for moving fluid in and out, and then on my brake, like things to back the pistons off and all the bits for rebuilding brake calipers. And then we're getting in. So this is going to be electrical tools. This is all trim removal stuff, battery terminal cleaner. These cool little things that are for taking off the plugs. So if you want to take a wiring plug off, they tend to have a thing on both sides. You need to kind of squeeze it and pull it, which is quite hard sometimes. So you have a special tool for that. I thought I'd order some because they look quite interesting. And then finally, more special tools. So things like this tool for taking the belt off the T5R, which is just up there, which you need to do because there's an alternator. Ring spanners. This is a cool little set that I found kicking around, which does lots of different socket sizes, but allows you to put a threaded bar through the middle of it, which is quite cool. So that sort of lives in here. And other random special tools. I actually found quite a lot of excess sockets, which I'll show you in a second, which are all going to get donated to a charity. But I've kept a selection of 10 and 13mm sockets because, well, they always go missing, and there's quite a few of these are ones I've actually found in vehicles. This black one on here, I don't know what the brand is for that one. It's long since worn off. Yeah, West Side Choppers, I think. This is a really cool one I found inside a car, and I think I did that with that one as well. So, going to keep a few of those extra bits and pieces. And then all the excess from that, well, currently it's here or it's here. So this is my old toolbox. These are all the extra tools. So all my old ratchets and sockets in here, socket rails. I still need to sort out all of my Imperial sockets. You'll see there's one row of them there. The rest are in tubs over there, just waiting for the organisers to arrive. We've got excess of spanners. Oh, what's that doing in there? 5/8. That probably shouldn't be in there. And we've got pliers and bits and pieces, and more again, and more screwdrivers. So quite an extensive range of equipment. There's obviously something stopping that going back. All Allen key stuff. Got tape measures, and these are all like 1/4-inch tool kits. Got loads of those. Even nice Facom, I don't know what you call them. More 1/4-inch tool kits, random little bits and pieces. All this stuff is things I've hoarded and collected over the years. Those need to come out and go in mine, and some more empty drawers for more tools. So the plan for this, the old one, is going to get donated to a local charity. It's called the Eco Hub in Loughborough. So they've got a maker space, and they're also lending out tools. So if you can't afford full tools to do certain jobs, they're going to put kits of tools together, so that you can borrow the kit to do the job, bring the tools back. So I've got a few more bits and pieces, some spare old power tools, lots of toolboxes for them. All the stuff that I no longer need is all going to get cleared out. In fact, I am going to make one small toolbox up for a friend of mine. His little brother needs a toolkit, so the little red one there is going to get used for that. So all the stuff I'm taking out, moving around, is all going to get reused. And then I'm going to have my nice shiny new toolkit. I'm also going to clear this one out as well. That's going to get donated too. There's still a bit more sorting over there to do. And then I'll have a nice clear workbench. I'll have a nice toolbox, which will sort of go that way. And this space will all be cleared out. And I should hopefully have a nice functioning workshop, which I don't at the moment because it's just covered in clutter. Right, it's cold, it's dark, and I am hungry. So time to go get some food and maybe come back and do a bit more of this over the weekend. So you'll realise I'm not in HQ 2.0, I'm actually at the Eco Hub. So as promised, all of my tools that are in this toolbox have been donated, along with a couple of the boxes of bits here, some consumables, screws, nails, some empty toolboxes for them to make tool kits up for people. And I'm currently studying there for like a maker space. So there's some amazing stuff. It's still a work in progress, but we've got a vac forming machine, there's going to be a CNC router here, there's a dust extractor, there's a big work table over there, there's a 3D printer over there. So all of this will be accessible to people in the local area here in Loughborough to come and use, to borrow tools if necessary. There'll be a tool library and also to get some materials, which I'll show you in just a second. So this is sort of what the Eco Hub is about. You'll see here the shelves full of, in this case, it's fabric materials. Behind me here, there's like foam. There's different types of fabric, there's paper, there's vinyl, all sorts of things that local businesses are throwing out that in sufficient quantities could be useful for people making things, doing DIY projects, doing little, crafty things. So it doesn't all get thrown away. People can come and take it from here for a small donation. And it stops it all going to landfill. It go and be made into beautiful things like, maybe pillows, or, it might be curtains or bits of clothing potentially. There's even some spaces here for meetings, or if you want to have a look through things. Really quite a fabulous place. So this is based in something called Sofa, which in itself is a recycling place. They take old furniture and, as the name suggests, sofas, that are being donated either from house clearances or people that are finished with them and have new items, and they're cleaned up and resold to the public, and all the money goes to charity. So really quite an amazing thing, which is why we were quite keen to support with some of our spare tools. So if you're in the Loughborough area, which I think probably the majority of my followers are, then yeah, come and check out the Eco Hub, come and see Emma Ward at the Eco Hub and have a look at what they've got. Right here, that's all for this episode of Automotive Tales, but I'm going to leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill. Give us tools and we will finish the job. An excellent motto to live by, because ultimately tools are the lifeblood of creativity and productivity. So if you are lucky enough like me to have some surplus tools, then make sure you donate those to a charity like the Charnwood Eco Hub, or like Men and Women in Sheds, who can put those tools in the hands of people that can make use of them. So hopefully this episode has inspired you to do the same, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Automotive Tales. Now, one last thing before we disappear. Before anybody comments on the video below, and you feel free to comment, it's good for the algorithm, I know there are some unused tools sitting up here on my shelves. These are actually Automotive Tales branded spanners, which I will be giving away when we hit 3,000 subscribers, which we are getting quite close to now, thanks to some popular videos on the Rolls-Royce. So keep your eyes on the channel, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button, and yeah, we will see you next time. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Next time on Automotive Tales.
Right here, very long overdue update, but you will notice there is an armoured cable now coming into my fuse box, which is all nicely sealed up. Look at that. Right, well, it looks like we caught that in the nick of time. This is part of this belt. So it's taken an entire groove off the belt. I mean, the belt itself is pretty cracked.